Welcome to the Essential Tax Podcast with your host, Mishkin Santa. In each episode, we'll take the complex world of tax, all the jargon, acronyms, and stuff that make your eyes glaze over, and explain it in an impactful way to understand the complex and unknown areas. You can find this show on all the major platforms, including YouTube, LinkedIn, Apple Podcast, Spotify, and on our website, thewolfgroup.com. Now, here's the host of Essential Tax Podcast, Mishkin Santa.
Hey everybody, so today's podcast is going to sound like a commercial for American Express, but I promise you it's not. We're going to talk today about two brand new things and how they may be impacting the federal tax world. They're called the Gold Card and the Platinum Card. And let's get right into it. So first off, and again, I'm for those of you that are listening on audio, I've got a little bit of a presentation that I'm kind of working off here. But from what I'm showing on the screen right now, this is just a snip of the One Big Beautiful Bill Act when it was in the Senate before it was passed. There were some things that were kind of in the bill that didn't make it to the final version. And there was this section 7205, tax treatment of certain international entrepreneurs. And when you went to the section, there was nothing there. It was just kind of, hey, come back later or reserved for future use. So there was nothing that was actually in a Senate bill that related to the Gold Card or the Platinum Card. But, we can guess that potentially they, with the section 7205, there may have been something that they thought about putting in for the One Big Beautiful Bill Act related to these new immigration statuses, which I'll get into here in a second. But when we look at the final version of the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, section 7205 is gone. So we have the stuff that actually made it in, the no tax on tips over time, no car loan interest, and the Trump accounts. Those are the new things. And the tax on international entrepreneurs fell by the wayside. So, and I'll loop back to that point here in a minute, but let's talk for a second about what was also happening simultaneously as the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, which was the trumpcard.gov, which is an actual website. So if you go to it, again, for those people that are maybe watching this on YouTube, basically what it said was the Trump card is coming. There's a lot of speculation as to what the Trump card was going to be. Some people were referring to it as the gold card. Some people referred to it as, a green card, but with a faster path to U.S. citizenship. There was a lot of talk that it would be a $5 million gift to get the gold card, and that a potential non-dom tax regime would be applied to individuals that got the gold card. Okay, so now we fast forward to September 19th. And if you went to the trumpcard.gov website, you were greeted with the Trump card is finally here. And there's, a picture of the president on the quote unquote Trump gold card. And then, that takes us to if you go ahead and check out the executive orders, on September 19th, there was an executive order announcing the creation of the gold card. And so the gold card is a little bit different than what they'd advertised. And basically, it is a gift, an unrestricted gift that a foreign individual would make to the Department of Commerce, which would eventually go to the Department of the Treasury. But it's $1 million for an individual making a gift for themselves, or $2 million for a business entity making a gift on behalf of an individual. So companies can do this on behalf of individuals. And this gift, quote unquote, serves as evidence of exceptional business ability and national benefit. So you pay your $1 million or your $2 million, and that will be evidence of exceptional business ability and national benefit to the United States government, and you get the gold card. This is not, I don't believe you can actually get this like right here today. I'm speaking about this on September 26, 2025. The implementation in the executive order says on or before December 18th or 90 days from September 19th. So there's still a lot of details to work out here, but the ability to get the gold card is coming soon. And then if you go to the website and you kind of scroll down a little bit more, you see that you have the option to apply for the gold card, but then you also have this other thing called a platinum card. And that's why I kind of made the joking reference to American Express. But you have this platinum card and it's coming soon. And it appears that the $5 million gift has shifted from the gold card to the platinum card. And the Platinum card also seems to indicate that you can spend up to 270 days inside the United States without being subject to worldwide taxation. So you would only be subject to quote unquote tax on US source income. So it's that non-dom tax regime that we were kind of hearing about seems to have shifted over to the Platinum card. There's also an application ability for this Trump corporate gold card, which is the $2 million that a business entity can pay for an individual. So that's there. Okay, looping this back into what I talked about at the very beginning, the section 7205, the tax for certain international entrepreneurs. There is potentially a second tax bill that is coming soon. The federal fiscal year ends on September 30th, 2025. Everyone right now is arguing over whether or not there will be a government shutdown because the fiscal year ends on September 30th, 2025. But when the new fiscal year starts, technically a new tax bill can be passed under the reconciliation rules. So the Republican Party has 3 opportunities to do this before the midterm elections kind of come into play. So there's been a lot of talk about the second tax bill, which has been aptly named Too Big, Too Beautiful, which I'm going to be calling 2B squared. I'm sure it'll be called something else at the very end, but let's just roll with 2B squared for now. Okay. And so as part of 2B squared, I think that what's going to happen here, what I've been kind of told, is that the gold card, platinum card rules would probably be implemented somewhere within the 2B squared tax legislation. And so there's so many questions. I've got so many questions from the tax side about how this can work. I'm sure for the immigration side, there'll be a lot of questions. We've got some folks coming on the podcast real soon that are going to do us an update for immigration intersection with tax law pretty soon. Kind of go over the changes to the H-1B program and some other things to consider. But we're going to talk about the gold card, platinum card, how that's going to affect the immigration law and where there may be some updates to that. But for tax purposes, the real questions are: is the gold card similar to a green card? Is it just like an EB-5 visa, where it's just got a fancy name, but in reality, it's just a green card? Or is it something else? And will the Internal Revenue Code 7701B1A need to be updated? It appears that individuals with the gold card would be subject to worldwide taxation and worldwide informational reporting, but I'm sure we want some confirmation on that. And then, tying into the green card, will there be an exit tax on the gold card holders if they were to give up the gold card and not become, a U.S. citizen, under those 877 Cap A rules? For the platinum card, would there be an update to 7701B1B, as these individuals basically, it sounds like their days would be exempt from the substantial presence test, as long as they spend less than 270 days or less inside the United States. So the real question then becomes, well, what happens if they spend 271 days inside the United States? Does that, make them a tax resident? Does it just mean that their days start to count for purposes of the substantial presence test? So a lot of questions about the platinum card and the 271-day count. And then the big thing I think that a lot of platinum card holders would want to know, especially if you're going to make a $5 million gift to the Treasury, these people are going to probably be high net worth individuals. What would be the U.S. gift and estate tax rules that would apply to these non-DOMs if they were to, per se, pass away while they're inside the United States? Would there be estate tax issues that they would have to worry about, and will there be rules that will kind of come in to deal with that? So a lot of things to kind of be determined related to the green card and the platinum card. Oh, and for those that are listening just on audio, I'm now showing a slide of 7701B1A and B1B, so folks can get an idea of what I'm talking about when we're updating that legislation. But yeah, that's it for what I've got on the gold card and the green and the platinum card. And maybe jokingly, Congress will also write into the rules that individuals getting these cards will get access to the Centurion Lounge when they come in and out of the United States. Make the trifecta complete for American Express there. But yeah, tune in for more. We'll update this as we know more. But for now, this is all we got. So thank you.